May 19th. It says it's 69 degrees out here, but it feels quite a bit warmer just because of the humidity. So we're out here trying to get a walk in between the rain, and I think the trees are still dripping. Definitely can hear water dropping out of the trees as the wind blows. So we'll see how much water is in the creek out here, if we can take our regular path or not. I realized that yesterday I did not record a sign off for the video, but we'll try to remember to do that today and hopefully don't get rained on, because we've been having all sorts of rain and wind and thunderstorms blowing through today. Definitely is wet out here and is starting to get squishy. Shadow is probably going to be a mess when we get back in. You can actually hear several birds singing out here. Sounds like they're probably taking advantage of the pause and break in the rain, so it's kind of nice to hear them singing. And it is getting a little bit more towards evening, so they are generally a little more active in the evening and mornings, so we get to hear some of them singing out here today. It looks like quite a bit of the water has been soaking in, because the creek does not have a bunch of runoff going right now, so I think most of it has been soaking it into the ground. We've still got some thunder rolling, we've still got some dark clouds down to the south of us, so I saw that it stopped raining for a bit, so I threw on the rain jacket and said, Shadow, let's go outside, try to get our walk in here, and hopefully we don't get rained on or hailed on, because we had some hail chances, we had some windy weather earlier, and we're gonna try to get in our walk and then get back inside without without getting too wet or anything, without getting stuck out here in a downpour, which I have done before, and I didn't have a rain jacket, so I think I've been stuck out here twice. Once I had a rain jacket, and then another time I was out here and I just got wet. Quick thought here, guys, because I was just realizing today with how much I'm wanting to focus on my other channel, the jewelry channel, Katie Rose Creates. It's a lot to handle 2 channels, editing videos for, hold up, there's tons of mosquitoes. It's a lot to keep up with editing videos for 2 channels, and especially with this channel where basically vlogging every day, and that's a lot of videos to keep up with. So I'm trying to figure out how to put more effort into one or the other. And so right now I want to focus a lot more on growing that other channel. So I'm trying to figure out how to share that load between the 2 channels right now. Just kind of trying to put some thought into that, because I still want to keep up with doing this. Some form or fashion, we're going to have to scale back a little bit on these vlogs, and I want to make sure that when I'm out here, I'm not just creating content, but bringing quality content. So, yeah, I'm not sure what it's going to look like. For sure, we're going to keep doing these vlogs, but I think we might start keeping the daily vlogs a little bit shorter, unless I have a specific thing that I really want to talk about. And then instead of posting so often, probably going to cut it back to once a week or something like that with the postings, just that I can keep up with editing the videos on top of getting them filmed when I can get out here. And then that way I'm going to be able to focus a lot more on my other channel and really get that going. So yeah, I've got a lot to think about. I'm trying to figure out how to go between the 2 of them and where the balance is, because I don't think it's really a balance. I'm just gonna have to put more effort into the one thing, take a little more effort from this, give it to that. Mosquitoes, everything is covered, and what's not covered, the mosquitoes are swarming. So they're trying to bite my hand as I'm holding the camera, which is really annoying because I want to flinch, and I'm like, I can't do that because I'm trying to hold the camera steady. Okay, so a quick thought on balance is just that in reality, balance doesn't really work very well in life, because if you, for example, gave equal attention to your job as you do to your family, then neither one is going to do very well. Sometimes your family needs your full attention and energy. And yes, I'm not saying they're not priority, but like how much energy and effort is put into a certain thing. So like when you go to work, you're not on the phone the whole time with your wife, or you're not on your phone the whole time texting your friends or whatever. You're prioritizing work because that's where your focus needs to be at that moment. That's where your effort needs to be. So in reality, if you gave an equal amount of effort to work as you did to your family or friends, if you gave a balanced effort to both, neither one would do well because the work is slacking or the relationships are slacking. And sometimes you need to pour more into the relationships. Sometimes you need to pour more into the work, and just figuring out when and where to place that effort and put the priority on one thing or another. That's a lot more important than saying that you have a balanced life, because you can't always have balance in life. And honestly, in a way, it would be mediocre to have everything balanced. I know another really good analogy that would like make it super clear is like if you're baking a cake, if you put every ingredient in the same amount in balance with each other, if you put equal amounts of flour, sugar, baking soda, eggs, you would not have a cake. You would have trash. Like it would not be edible. So just taking that thought, like when you're baking something, you don't put things in equal proportions because you're not going to get the desired results that you want. Got a bunch of tree frogs singing out here. They stopped croaking as I walked by, of course. Mosquitoes are just eating at my hands, guys. And they're like biting too, so it's like really painful. Alright guys, so that's something to think about, and all that to say, I'm still thinking about and working on how I can not achieve balance, but where it is I need to place my priorities and my efforts right now, and still wanting to do this channel, do these vlogs, but just kind of figuring out how much effort oh my goodness, these bugs. Mosquitoes are flying right in my face because everything else is covered, or they're landing on my hands. They're so bad today, especially in this back part of the woods. Anyway, just trying to figure out how much effort to put into this channel, what I can put into this channel, and all of that. Alright guys, so we're going to keep walking. We're going to get out of this back lowland spot because the mosquitoes are like right in my face. They're like landing under my eyes and like in my nose and everything. So it's just like really annoying, and I'm trying to it doesn't work well to be filming and swatting mosquitoes. So I hope you guys are out there having a great day. Get out there and make it a great day, and I'll see you next time.